What, yo, welcome back to the Slowpoke. Well, I've got more Vivid Voltage new format deck profile for you today, and today I've got an ADP deck. Now ADP, as you know, is probably the best deck in format. It's my best deck in format, and so in order for you to be put into that deck, you know you're gonna have to be good. Zacian Amazing Rare is actually pretty insane after auto creation. Let's have a look. But first, for an ADP deck, so we gotta look at ADP first. In case you don't know what ADP does or is, a basic tag team Pokemon with 280 HP, 2 attacks. First one is Ultimate Ray for one site. No, it's not. For one water, one metal, one colorless. You do 150. Touch your deck for 3 energy cards. Attach them to your Pokemon any way you like. Now, in most ADP games, that's a bonus if you get an Ultimate Ray off. It's not something we build the deck around, although I'm going to say it now. If you want to try and get some big charms in this deck, it really helps of keeping this deck ticking over. That way your ADP won't get blown up turn 2 or whatever, and you can get the ultimate rough. It really takes the pressure off. But the main reason why you play ADP though is for its bonkers GX attack. For 1 metal, 1 water energy, you do auto creation GX, where all your Pokemon do an extra 30 for the rest of the game, and you take an extra prize card when you nut something out. Absolutely silly. And then when you combo that with the Zacian Amazing Rare, you can see why this gets a little bit scary. So Zacian Amazing Rare is a basic Amazing Rare Pokemon, 110 HP, 2 attacks, Metal Arms. You do 1 for 30, attach a basic energy from your discard pile to this Pokemon. This actually isn't too bad in a sort of mid to late game. You can try and boss his order, store something. You boss up all like another VMAX, for example, hit it for 60, bring them straight into range with this amazing sword, which does 1 grass, 1 psychic, 1 metal. So awkward energy cost, but worth noting, we does share the same metal cost as ADP. Amazing sword, 150 base damage. So that means this can smite Crobat and Dedenne without even worrying about the rest of the tech, which is pretty nuts. But the rest of the tech says if your opponent has any VMAX in play, not if the opponent's active is a VMAX, they just have to be in play, you do an extra 150. So 300 is not a bad number. It does kind of fall short of all VMAXs, but when you've got auto creation, now you can see where we're going. We do 330 with Amazing Sword, and that pretty much detonates everything outside of Eternatus. Just smites it off the board. All tag teams are pretty much gone. Pretty good attacker, really good attacker. Just got that energy cost to work with. That's the thing that holds it back, really. But we do have some tips and tricks to get that going. But, you know, I think we'd still be we'd be pretty nuts not to play Zacian V's in here as well, because Zacian V is one of those bonkers attackers we've seen for 2 reasons. The first reason, my opinion, is ability. I guess for 3 reasons, because his HP is silly as well, 220 HP for such a good attacker. But anyway, the ability Intrepid Sword, you can end your turn, look at the top 3 cards of your deck, you can attach any metal energies you find there to this Pokemon. That's really cool. Because obviously we attack 3 straight metals, it gives you something to do on turn 1. It's basically like a howl at worst, and at best you can get some energies in play. Not too bad. We do play 4 energy switches in this deck, so could be good. And then Brave Blade does 3, 4, 2, 30. 260 after GX, basically 2-shotting everything, 1-shotting a whole host of stuff as well. Really cool. But I shouldn't have to tell you what ADP. Zacian is a good attacker. We got Mawile GX here, basic Pokemon, 170 HP. So we've got Mawile GX, basic Pokemon, 170 HP, with the ability Captivating Wink. When you bench this Pokemon, you can look at your opponent's hand, put any basic Pokemon you find there on their bench. This doesn't activate stuff like the Dedenne. You can just put the Dedenne down and your opponent doesn't get any use of it. Pretty nuts. The main reason why you play this, though, because Captivated Wink is good against stuff like Decidueye and Altaria, because you can force stuff onto your opponent's bench that isn't Decidueye or Altaria, so you can try and boss his orders, carry them for extra prizes, right? But the main reason you play it is because it's a nice easy 2 energy attacker, really. Wily Bite, 10 plus 30 for each of your opponent's bench Pokemon. So after GX, it's basically 40 plus 30 for each one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. Because it's a 2 energy attacker, you know, Zacian V needs 3 energy, Zacian needs 3 coloured energy, ADP also needs 3. So sometimes you have to just do some damage with something with 2 energy. Mawile fits that. Now, you can play an Aegis/V in here as well if you're more worried about the Altera, you want more of a direct counter to it. But I think having a 2 energy attacker is, you know, better. 2 energies to help us dump and draw if we want to get metals in the bin for our turbo patches and our metal sources, and we need to realistically get auto creation turn 2. Turn 1 sometimes is possible, but turn 2 at the very latest, otherwise we ain't winning. And we play 1 Crobat and 1 Eldegoss just to help us again draw through. Sometimes the Dene ain't going to be good enough, so you have to Crobat instead, or, you know, Eldegoss gets us back supporters. Let's have a look at what we've got over here. So we've got 4 Professor's Research. I shouldn't really have to explain what we've got for of them. Best support win again. This card in draw 7 is like pretty much always good. Like, there's not really a bad time to do that. It's just really good, isn't it? It gets better, get energies in the bin, gets your energy switches, gets your combo pieces. Because we don't really play many water energy. So that's the one problem downside with this deck. There's so many different colors. Research will help you try and find spinners and that sort of stuff. 4 Boss's Orders. Now, the reason for this is we want to be taking 1-shots. And Zacian Amazing Rare pretty much does 1-shot everything, let's be honest. But sometimes, you know, I'm not going to have amazing sword ready to go. We might just have to, like, quickly Boss's Orders clear, like a Crobat or Dedenne or something. All that good stuff. Or if we haven't managed to get Ultimate Ray, because it's 150 plus 30, or you do 180 with your Ultimate Ray, which 1-shots Dedenne's, Crobats, or Eldergosses, and Ultimate Ray and taking 3 prizes is like pretty much seals you up most games when you can pull that off. So 4 Boss's Orders, almost a staple in ADP decks. 1 Viridian Forest. This serves a multitude of functions. The first and the most obvious one is that it just helps you pluck out these different energy colors that you need at any given time. Second function is it also puts different energies in the bin so you can metal source or turbo patch. We play 4 Quick Balls. Best card in format, in all honesty, in my opinion. You can come at me if you like, but again, similar function to Viridian Forest in the sense that it puts metals and other energies in the bin so you can reattach them. But it also is universal deck search. As you'll see here, our deck is all basic Pokemon, so Quick Ball searches for it all. 4 Metal Saucers. Again, I shouldn't be able to explain this, but Metal Saucer lets you reattach energies to your Zacian Vs and your Mawiles. This is pretty cool. We can't Metal Saucer onto Zacian because it's a Psychic type, right? But what we can do, because we play 4 energy switches as well, if we want to get Metal onto here, we can sort of go the long way around. Metal Saucer onto Zacian or Mawile and Energy Switch onto Zacian Amazing Rare. But for the most part, just powering up Zacians and Mawiles, pretty good. I mentioned energy switches, there they are. This is going to help us just maneuver around our attackers, you know, get the energies where they need to be. This actually, energy switches let you get a turn 1 GX off. If you attach a water energy to ADP, you can then metal saucer or turbo patch onto a Zacian or to anything for that matter, and then energy switch them off, you get a turn 1 GX. Turn 1 GX is insane, because if you get a turn 1 GX, you're much more likely to stick around for an Ultimate Ray. And like I said, Ultimate Ray, you use Ultimate Ray onto like a Zacian Amazing Rare or a Zacian V, and maybe sometimes take 3 prizes with boss doors. What can your opponent do? They want a boss doors Charization. That's nice. They're taking 1 prize for that. Great. But you can just Ultimate Ray again onto something else. It's really scary when you pull that off. I'm not going to lie to you. Worth noting, if you do want to go down more of a turn 1 GX route, you want to look at a Clay DP sort of engine more so than this, but it is very possible in this as well. Mainly because we've got 4 turbo patches as well, because normally with ability version, with non-Clay DP versions, you only have metal sources to get the extra energy and play turn 1, right? But we play 4 turbo patch, and turbo patch is essentially metal saucer, but a little bit different now. You have to flip a coin for it first if it tells you there's nothing. If you get heads though, you can get any energy card, well, any basic energy card from your discard pile and attach them to all of your non-GX Pokemon. So you can't turbo patch onto ADP, that'd be broken, but you can onto Zacian Amazing Rare, the Zacian V, and an Eldegoss and Crobat. So just another way of getting more energies and play. And when you've got energy switches, you know, stuff can get a bit silly. So 4 switch, we need them just to maneuver around. Like, the likelihood of us opening ADP is pretty low, so we need to get them in the active. Also, Brave Blade, if they're very little effect, but it means we can't actually do this Pokemon can't attack next turn, so we need to switch, you know, do back-to-back attacks and all that good stuff. So I think, yeah, we've got 3 Cherish Balls here. This serves a few functions. It can search us out the Denes like really quickly and easily. but it also searches out Mawile in case we are hitting in one of those sort of safeguard S-type decks. But it also searches for ADP, and that's what I, usually use them for, to be honest. Got 2 energy spinners. Again, this is like just having more Viridians, essentially. Helps you find water energy turn 1, which you do kind of need, or turn 2, obviously. But it also lets you find the sort of psychics and the grasses that you're gonna know, that you're gonna need eventually in the game. So I wish you could fit a few more in, but space. Then we've got 1 air balloon as our only tool in the deck. This is going to help us give us a pivot. So let's say we've attacked with Zacian, for example. Zacian V, we're still alive, we can't attack next turn. What we can do is like attach air balloon to like a Zacian Amazing Rare on the bench, or a Mawile, or then any of these Pokemon. Switch into them, then you got a free retreat, and you can retreat back into your Zacian, and you get a nice Brave Blade for 230. 260, I should say. Hopefully taking 3 prizes at a time. And that's the scary thing about ADP. You can just, well, I guess you attack 3 times after all, 2 times after all creation. So attack 3 times in total, win games. Pretty nuts. Now, because we do play such a weird energy count, we need different colors. We only play 6. That's 7. Apologize. 7 metal energy, I should say. It's a pretty decent number. We still need a majority of metals because we need to attach, Zacian needs 3 separate metals. Mawile needs like 1 in a color. ADP definitely needs 1, and so does Zacian. So I think you're quite safe to run majority of them. We got 2 psychics there just for your amazing rare Zacian. Played 2 waters, that's just for your ADP. It's a shame that Zacian, Amazing Rare, and ADP don't share 2 colors, but they probably did that for a reason, right? And then we got 2 grass again for your Zacian Amazing Rares. So yeah, let me know what you think. Do you think Amazing Rare Zacian is worth playing in ADP, or should we just allow it? Like, it's actually a bit of insane. You take 3 prizes with a 1 prizer. That has no stipulation. There's no you can't attack next turn. There's no discarding energy. It's literally bang 300. If you don't immediately either win the game or deal with this threat, I will be doing 330. Sorry, 330 again. Worth noting, you can put stuff like Vitality Band in here or Zigzagoon, so you can get to that 340 and start slapping around Eternatus as well. I'll leave that up to you. But thanks for watching. If you have the more Vivid Voltage deck profiles and gameplay, smash that subscribe button for me. It's much appreciated, and I'll see you all next time.